What?
Welcome. This
What's
is the
happening?
first week.
I thought we were all gonna say something.
I don't know. I'm
Yeah,
new here.
what were we counting down to?
That
What
was
happened?
so that was so
Eternity.
bad.
Look,
Okay.
we're all new here. Oh shit.
We're all
Are
live.
we giving you money because of ads?
No.
Mark? Are we giving you money?
Dude, I don't have
God
ads.
damn it, Mark, you're fucking
I'm
ass.
watching an
I
ad.
don't have ads.
Yeah, I know. I just got
I
hit with
swear
this.
to you, I don't earn anything from
God,
that.
I'm sitting in a cube.
Uh-huh. Okay,
I
Mark.
don't earn anything
Now
from
I
that.
get why we're doing this. Okay, it's cool.
Yeah, no, he's just trying to get some extra revenue out of us. Just
I worked
thinking we're
so
having a
hard
good
on all these
time.
overlays, guys. I really worked on these.
RollPerfect.
RollPerfect, boys.
RollPerfect.
All
'cause
right.
That's all we
Alright.
know how to do, right, guys?
I'm guessing we
So-
should turn off sound, right?
Yes.
Yeah, that's probably
Please
a good idea.
do that.
Okay, so Jasmine, you need to hop into roll 20 at some point, but as of right now, we're fine. So,
Our sheets open and roll 20 open, right?
yeah, that's all you guys need open. I need everything else open. Okay, so let's finish the backstory shit first, I guess. So I already did it with Mark and Asa, so it's not difficult for those two.
Wait,
But-
I thought we're all gonna introduce the backstory.
Well, no, we're gonna. Well,
We have
Yeah.
to actually meet, like, when we're role-playing.
yeah.
Well-
So that's like.
Okay.
So I'm trying to think. Would you guys prefer? I think we can do the backstory stuff like a different session, or maybe even like during a break or some shit.
We should do
Because
it
that
now
doesn't
on
require
stream.
everyone. So we're all here now. So we might as well just start if you guys are willing to.
We should do it like now on stream, though.
I mean, it's up to you guys. What do you want?
Is anybody even watching this?
Well,
Yeah,
it's still
that's-
important.
Mark,
Or do
likes-
you like VOD?
It's so he can like rewatch it later, you know.
Yeah, you
For
can
the
rewatch it and
podcast.
say, "God damn it, I should not have done that." Okay. So, yeah, okay, we'll start with Jasmine then. So, who is your character and what did they do exactly to?
Hi. Am I supposed to be using first person?
Well, I mean,
it's
it's
up to you, right?
Will other people be
No.
using first person?
Yes.
Yes, when there's.
It's like I don't want to go first and then fuck
But
it up.
as of right now, we're talking like out of character, so you don't
Oh.
have to do.
Okay. Well, then if we're out of character, my character's name is Jaina Toshiba.
Yes, I do that.
She has some very famous ancestors very far back.
I wonder
And-
how far back. I mean, it is the.
Oh, very far back, but like we can trace it.
We can I mean, Toshiba still exists to a degree. There's like a
No,
planet
no,
that uses only
Toshiba
Toshiba.
means nothing right now. Okay, just want to.
Oh
put
no,
that
it's complete shit, but it exists. Like, they call it out. They're like, it used to be big in like 2000.
Yeah.
It's no longer a thing in the year 3200.
Okay, so
Okay, so-
continuing.
So yeah, so. Well, what
What
does
else am I
Jaina do?
supposed to say about? Oh, well, she was an orphan.
Yes.
Sad life, but she's older now, and she's obviously still alive, so she did something right.
Well, yeah,
Yeah, it's important.
that is important. Staying alive is very important. I will agree with that.
And she stayed alive because all the other orphans were badasses, and they had this little gang. But she was one of those people who kind of just hid behind the people who would do the work for her. Because
Okay.
she's scared of everything. And she is a psychic.
Okay,
How
so
intense am I getting?
you're again there basically. So let me ask you some questions. So
Okay.
your home world we agreed on is like Polytheme. I don't know how to pronounce it correctly. I should probably figure that out. Okay, we're going to call it that from now on. So, how exactly did you get off planet and like explore the world or
Well-
worlds?
So here's the thing. Obviously, in my
Yes.
freaking orphan gang,
Yeah,
we would
basically
steal.
Annie, except not
Yeah.
Annie.
No, honestly, it was a lot of Robin Hood going on too. You know, stealing from the rich but giving to ourselves because we were the poor.
Yeah, that sounds fair.
And so everyone else in my gang, of course, you know, they got lots of stuff to buy. They have to buy weapons to stay alive and all that stuff. But since I was always in the background, I saved a lot over a long period of time. And now I'm kind of looking for my own place in the world because I can't just be an orphan kid forever. And that's how I got off because I do have like a significant amount of money.
So you paid your way off. You didn't like sneak in. You didn't like try to
No.
take over a ship.
I'm too afraid at the current point to do any of that. just because I don't know. I've never had to do that alone. So.
Okay, so how you're an orphan? So what happened to your parents? Did they just up?
Oh, I
and
never
leave?
knew them. I never knew them.
Never knew them.
It was almost like like a gypsy situation. Pretty sure
Okay.
mom might have been a prostitute. We don't know.
Okay. Look, Asa, this is her story. Don't.
Okay.
You can ask questions in character later on why she's using that.
I said I don't know. Just guessing.
Mhm.
Okay. So you said you're a psychic. So what kind of fancy shit can you do that can be psychic like that the average
Well-
person can't?
So currently, another part of my story, which I guess I should have led with this, because my background, because I'm an orphan, all these different things. I didn't discover I was a psychic until recently. So currently, we're at the preliminary stages of the powers. I think I put some down of like what I can do, but now I don't even remember.
We'll worry about that later. But yeah, for the most part, where did I put your points in? You said precognition
Yes.
and metapsionics. So
Yes.
that's fancy shit right there.
Mhm.
Okay, so you can somewhat see the future. Is essentially what is part of what it is, which
Yeah.
is always interesting. Okay, so why have you decided, at least, because it doesn't sound like Jaina's very, she doesn't seem to be the one to take action, she seems to kind of follow it. So how
Sure.
did she end up joining a mercenary group to begin
Well,
with?
I think that's the whole reason. It's because until recently she didn't know she was a psychic, and now that she knows she's a psychic, she's ready to kind of do something in a safe, controlled environment at the same time, though. So she
You mean
feels
trying
very
to hunt down
safe.
people and go into wars?
Well, here's the thing: it's because it's a group of people. She feels better when she's in a group rather when she's alone. Because when she grew up, she was constantly being protected by others instead of fending for herself.
Okay.
So this is a way of being adventurous yet staying safe.
So how did you find out that you had psychic powers exactly? Did you like cross the street and suddenly, oh shit, if I walk there I was going to get hit by a car? Like, how did you figure it out?
Yes, sure, we'll go with that.
Okay, so you were about to get hit by a car.
It's a very sudden thing.
You're just like, your eyes kind of go over and you're just like, oh shit, I was going to get hit by that car if I took another step. Then I'm guessing you went to a whatever institute or like, obviously there are doctors for this kind of shit to find out if you.
Actually, it wasn't the car situation. It was
Oh,
more
oh,
if I
sure.
never knew that I was allergic to a certain type of flower. And then I was about to go pick that flower because I was experiencing independent life. And then
Yeah.
I was like, oh shit, don't pick that flower. And at first I was like, why would I not pick that flower? I love flowers. And I kind of just went on with my day. But after that kept happening, I was like, something's.
I should eat this. No, you shouldn't. You're going to choke.
I don't know if I was going to eat the flower.
No. Like in a restaurant, you're like going to take a bite, then
Yeah.
suddenly,
Sure.
can you send this back? I have a bad feeling about this.
Lots of bad feelings.
Lots of bad feelings. And then suddenly someone's like, it sounds like you're a psychic. You just keep saying bad feeling, but
Yeah, I'm
that
just a
sounds like,
random person.
yeah. I don't know. So how about this? Do you have any friends or friends or enemies?
No enemies.
No
Because-
enemies? Nobody
Uh,
remembers you
No
as
that I know of
badass?
currently. Still don't know who my parents are. Don't know why they don't want me. And kind of stayed low until this point in my life. I'm sure that I'm going to make some enemies. Friends, not really either, because my orphan gang, I was really tight with them all my life. But then once I got older and I decided that I kind of needed to leave, we kind of, they weren't like me. They were badasses.
They were badasses and they took what they wanted. So, okay, so I guess this is very, like, you're becoming independent kind of deal. So, let me ask you, how old
Yeah.
is Jaina? Just so I have a rough idea here, so I'm not like, they're trying to hit on you, and then suddenly you tell me, no, I'm 35, and like, oh, that changes a few
I'm
things.
like 12 now.
Oh.
No, not 12. I'm like, we'll say 17.
You're 17, so you're on some planets, you're old enough to drink. On others, they
Wow.
don't give a shit, so they don't care. And then there's those sticklers for rules that don't want those independent people getting those drinks so early. Okay, so I guess that's majority of the questions I need to ask. Jason, what's your character? Who is he? What's he doing?
So my character, Landwarder,
Okay.
is
It's an awesome
a
name.
Wait, is it Lan or Land?
Lan. Mark, you don't know Wheel of Time, do you?
No, but it's awesome.
Okay. All right, it's kind of fun.
It sounds like a nice name, so Mark's just gonna
Good.
pick up on
I'm
that.
glad. Okay. So I forget my home world because it's suddenly not on my sheet for some reason.
Oh shit! Did I not put it there? Fuck. Okay.
Amateur hour, Justin.
Look, I can't. No, it's Intisar. I think is what we decided on.
Yeah, but I don't see
I'm
that.
gonna say you don't see it on your sheet. What the hell? Did you? Okay, I don't know what's going on. I see it on mine, but I guess you need to. Do you see everything else? Let me ask you that.
Yeah. Do you see that I put a point into tech medical?
No, I do not. So I probably should reload. That might be the best option right now. Did you use the new sheet?
Maybe not.
Okay,
wanna
you did
just send me
not.
yours? Yeah. why don't you
No,
send
no,
me
no.
yours?
At the bottom, at the very bottom, there's like, look at the bottom left. You see old and new. Click new,
Oh, okay.
and then everything is just no scrolling to the sides. It's much better.
Yeah.
Yeah. Great. Okay, I'll add that point real quick.
Yeah. So add that point back in. So yeah.
Great.
So
Okay. There we go.
yeah, you grew up on Intisar. And I think if I remember correctly, Intisar. What we decided on was that Intisar is a very industrial planet, and they're running out of resources is the main concern consistently. So basically it's China where they're like, "Oh, we got all that money," and then they're like, "Wait, we're running out of shit to like use as resources." So I mean, it's a booming like place, like it kind of just jumped in terms of technology like really quickly. So yeah, there's like growing businesses, like a lot of people are going there, and it's just a good place for I guess adventurers, because it helps because a lot of money is just started to go there, so there are always people willing to pay with all that money, and they've never had it before, so why don't they get somebody to do some shit for them? Transporting and junk. So that's your home planet.
Okay. So ready?
Yeah, so tell me your backstory, essentially.
Okay, so I was born to an aristocratic family of doctors, in which everyone that's been born into that family for the past century or so has been prodigy level smart. And everyone has become a doctor since the family started gaining that much prominence. And they're very wealthy because of all the cases of medical harm, on this planet, mainly due to this boom in industry. And so as the industry has gone up, the family has gotten more patients, more prestige, and more money. And so I am the youngest of 4 sons. And the first 2 sons, my 2 older brothers, followed the same family path. They trained to be doctors. They were all set to be doctors. But then the brother that is only 2 years older than me was born without the same level of intelligence as the rest of my family. And so he was always much more athletic, much more into brawn than brains. Though he had a kind heart, he wasn't really born to be a doctor at the same level that the rest of the family was. And so he immediately became a black sheep. However, because he was so much kinder and less stuck up than the rest of my family, I always looked up to him more, despite the fact that I was born with the ability to be a doctor. And so I began training as a doctor, but eventually got so fed up that when my brother decided to run away because he was so different from the rest of us and join a mercenary group on Intizar that was leaving, I decided to follow him, despite my training as a doctor.
Okay, so I mean, they're always willing to take people who know how to actually fix people up, fixing a broken bone, like resetting an arm. That's some stuff that's always nice to know. So I guess that almost answers every question I have. Okay, so let me ask you this. So do you have any friends or enemies? Do you consider your family your friends or
Enemies.
enemies for sure? Is there any bad blood? Like your parents are like, "You're disowned. You got none of the money," or What's going
I'm
on?
trying to get as far away from my family as possible because they have enough influence to send somebody to hunt me down should they
Okay.
choose to.
So was this just suddenly, or were you like, your brother told you, like, oh, I'm gonna be leaving in a month, and then you're just like, I'm gonna jump on that, I'm gonna join him, I got planned this all out, or did you just like, he's leaving now? Fuck, okay, I packed a bag, let's go.
That was my brother told me on his way out because he didn't want to
Oh.
leave without saying goodbye, and I followed him.
You just followed him. So I guess he found out at some point that you followed him along the way. So what would you say, like, did he look happy that you came with him, or did he look like, oh no, don't follow me, this is not the life for you?
Definitely not. He was definitely not happy about it because he thought that the life as a doctor would be much better because it would mean prestige and money. And the only reason, as kind-hearted as he was, the only real reason why he was not following that path is because he wasn't able to. And so he viewed it as a waste that I could be helping people and being a great doctor, and instead I chose to follow him.
Okay. So yeah, I think that answers almost all my questions. Can't think of any more on the spot. Oh, what does he have in mind? What does Lan plan to do now that he's off? Just create as much distance between you and your family, or?
Yeah, I mean that's that's one of the primary goals. The other goal really being that he wants to gain as much experience outside of the world as possible just by kind of drifting. You know, he feels a little empty having left everything that he was kind of born to do, and so now he's just kind of along for the ride.
Okay, so that seems fair. So, Jasmine, get onto Roll20 because we need you there, and I can't really move forward without Asa being around,
Sorry,
which is very
I'm-
awkward.
Wait,
so
where, how
You can
did
ask
you
me.
ask
Ask me.
ask the guy who's hosting all this, who's spent
So many hours.
sweat and blood, so many hours trying to make this overlay.
This
for us.
overlay looks sick. Am I wrong? Like, I think it looks good.
I mean, I haven't really been looking at it. I'm not gonna lie. I've been busy looking at other people and asking them questions. So,
Fair.
look, I got a job here to do, Mark. That's why you brought me here. Okay, so Ace is back. I don't know if he can hear us yet. So, yeah, so I need all of you to go into Roll20, and if you click, could you guys find out, like, the tab on the right, find the journal.
Okay.
Can you find it? And there should be a handout in there that I put in there for everybody to see.
I don't see shit.
You don't see it. Oh, shit.
I don't see anything in the journal.
Oh, wait. Oh, okay, wait, hold on. There we go.
Okay.
Okay, I
Okay.
showed it?
Yep.
Can you see it?
Yes.
Okay, good. Click on that. That is the sector map you probably want to zoom in for. But that is essentially the map of all the planets. This is just like the most up-to-date. And when there's like a little orb inside, it tells you... It doesn't really tell you what the like planet is. That is not the name of the planet. That's the name of the sector. And just because looking at the image, you don't know how many planets there are. And because all of you seem kind of new, at least all of your characters seem very new to traveling in space, you guys don't know all of it. So you're like, oh yeah, Mamta has 7 planets, and these are all of them. You guys are like, they got planets there. I don't know. Maybe 1, maybe 2. I'm not entirely sure. So that's just generally the kind of map that you get. As time goes on, of course, you guys will be like, yes, there are 2 planets there, and one of them we are hated on. Let's go to the other one. Or, that planet is Tech 3, so they cannot fix our ship. Or something along those lines. So, that's just handy for you guys to have. So, when you guys are deciding on where to go in the
I'm
future...
experiencing like huge lag. I can't hear anything you're saying.
Oh,
I
God.
honestly can't even hear myself.
Okay, that's not good. Can everybody else hear me fine?
Yeah, I can
Yeah.
hear you fine.
Okay. Jasmine, try rejoining call. That might do it.
The
Okay.
webcams are gonna be fucked for a bit. It's okay.
Look, it's a minute. It's like a minute, Mark. Just live with it. Okay, so
What do you mean?
just some background for you guys. I don't know how many times I have to say this, but okay. You are all, for whatever reason, have joined
Oh.
this group called the Hunters. You know them to be a mercenary group,
Where'd
but
that come from?
where did they come from? No. Okay, so essentially what happened is
Oh
This
no, I'm talking about that picture on Twitch.
Oh. Oh, what? Where? What the hell?
The picture on Twitch?
Twitch? I want to see it.
Am I the
Let's
only
see.
famous right now? No, now
I wasn't looking at it.
Oh my god, the pictures got all fucked up. Oh, the picture in the middle of the screen?
No, alright, moving on. Sorry.
I'm so confused. I want to see this now. God damn it.
Yeah, it's gone. I don't see it anymore.
Should I be watching the Twitch?
There's a chat in there now that oh god, there are actually people watching this. I'm so confused.
Holy shit! Wait, what?
There's somebody typing and constantly being deleted.
If I hit start watching, am I gonna like be hearing myself talk?
Turn on your.
Just
turn
turn
off.
off
Just
volume.
mute it. Just mute it. Yeah.
Okay. Oh shit! My face is there.
Yeah, your face is there. It's kind of messed up though, but we'll make it.
We're getting
work.
back.
I thought we were.
Oh
doing
my god,
audio.
my Skype picture. Sorry.
Can you
Hide.
Yeah, Jasmine,
Can
that's a
you
pretty
turn
raunchy
on-
picture.
the camera?
Dude, that was freshman year of high school.
Whoa,
Aw.
you need a new picture. You get that new picture. Okay, so Jasmine, what part did you start like I can't hear what the DM is saying?
It worked. Okay, what's going on? What's going on, man? I'm looking at the sector map. I thought that's what we were doing.
Yes, we were looking at the sector map, so good. You're still, for the most part. So essentially what it is that you see a planet, doesn't necessarily mean there's just one, there's multiple sometimes. So the names under each one is actually the name of the sector. So if you're like, or we just go by numbers. It can vary depending on who you're talking to. So, and whatever I feel like saying at the time. So, so I guess I'll restart again. So you guys are all part of the group called the Hunters. It's a mercenary group that is mostly about figuring out how, like, what they really do is they just hunt outlaws, space outlaws specifically. People who jump from planet to planet and bring chaos wherever they go. And why you have joined is all up to you. I've talked to some of you on why you have joined. Jason, you kind of seem roped into it, so I don't think you have much of a say anymore. So, yeah, for the most part, we're going to start role-playing, and I'm just going to give you the starting, the setting, like right off the bat. So I'm just going to ask this now. Is there any questions before we begin?
Yes.
Okay.
I have several.
You need to talk to both
me and Asa first.
Oh yeah,
About
right. I
what?
should probably do that. Because the stream doesn't know what your backstories are. So let's just go
cool.
with that. Okay.
Yeah,
So,
sounds good.
So did you have any
sure.
questions outside of that, or?
Yeah, can we update that map, the sector map, when we like learn
Okay,
shit about
s-
new planets, or
When you do,
do
I
we
will
get like
give
a new map?
So getting a new planet is extremely difficult, but what will happen is that if you got like when you guys go there multiple times, I will just tell you what is going on. Like what planets are here again, you just ask me and I'll be like, you guys already know, so I don't have to hide shit from you guys.
Cool.
So basically whatever I like as your characters go there and know more shit, then obviously you can be like, I don't remember, let's ask the guy who's supposed to remember everything. And that's
Which
me,
is-
so
All right, cool.
so
And other question, everyone else gets 2 skill points. You said yes.
yeah, skill points, experts get 3.
Okay, so for skill points, do we need 2 to level up once? Because I heard you saying something to Jasmine about
Okay,
that.
so how it works is that every level, so you have level 0 spells and you have -1 spells. So for class skills, which are level 0 right now,
Mhm.
I'm not sure if that's how it's supposed to work, but we're going with it because I don't want to hurt you guys so badly because I've seen how you've rolled so far and it looks bad. So
It's bleak right now.
yeah, so I'm trying to give you as much of an advantage as I can give you. So level 0 spells, which are class skills, stuff you get from your packages. What happens is, for all those skills, you need to pay the next level +1. And then for everything that does not start at level 0 automatically, you need to pay the new level +2.
Okay, so essentially,
So raising them all up is all the same. It's just I'm not letting you guys do the new one because you need an instructor in order to get it up to
gotcha.
this
Cool.
level.
So just as an example, if I want to move from level 0 to level 1 in a class skill, it would cost 2. But if
It
I
would
want to
cost
move,
you, yes.
but if I want to move from level 0 to level 1 in a non-class skill, it would cost 3.
That is
So,
correct.
essentially, I can only move one of these from 0 up to 1, correct?
Yes. Yes,
Great.
as of right now. So,
Thank you.
also, depending on the skill, I haven't completely decided on which skills yet, but depending on which skills you guys want to level up, you're going to need to pay a fee because somebody doesn't just get better all the time. Like, if you're going to become better at medicine, you don't just like, I became better at medicine. You need to like buy books, you need to like watch videos and shit. This is like time and effort that you need to do.
It's the pepper. Sorry.
So it's not, but if it's like for athletics, I'm just like, okay, you hop on YouTube, you watch a couple videos, you just start implementing it into your routine, and boom, you get better in a week.
Huh.
It's like something like
Right.
that.
Okay, so I did persuade. Do I have to?
Persuade, I'll say, like right off the bat, I'm not gonna give a shit. This is all free at the beginning. So what I'm gonna say is that you bought like Politics 101, and
Okay.
so you
I
read
figured
that book
I'd
and
like-
you've learned how to persuade.
Okay, sure.
You're becoming like a politician right now. So
Mhm.
that-
I just
that's
thought I
good.
was really sneaky.
Okay, so off that, Mark, we're gonna go into your character, I guess. So
Great.
who is your character?
Let me pull up my character sheet.
Yes, that is
Uh,
something you should
I
do.
am Tim Drake. I'm a soldier with some detective skills. I'm from like Haldis. My character was from a very poor part of the city. What else? Oh yeah.
Should I tell you more about Haldis, just so
Yeah.
everybody knows? Okay,
Yeah.
so Haldis is a very crime-centric planet. A lot of crime happens there. Everybody's corrupt, essentially. It's very rare if somebody is not corrupt, because they will eventually, so there's always that. And with all this, just basically think of it as Gotham, as convenient as it is.
Yes.
So,
Yes.
but how it goes is that it is mostly run by the Russian mob for the most part. And there's basically a war been going on for a very long time. And the main people who are fighting are the Chinese triads, because Mark can speak Mandarin, so we need to throw in Mandarin somehow.
Did he keep
And-
that? Really?
I did.
And
keep it.
basically the Russian mob does exist, and they're growing slowly. They've jumped in from another planet, and they're trying to extend their reach. And their main form of it is through weapons trade. But the Chinese have a very strong hold on it right now, so that can change it. Anything could happen if you guys somehow, for some reason, set off a bomb there. Everything could change just from that one action. Like anything could tip the scales in any favor right now. So. But for Mark, keep telling us about your character, because
Okay.
Tim sounds like a wonderful person.
Tim doesn't like, kill, and he doesn't shoot people. When Tim was 13, he tried to. Oh, that was loud. It's all good. Tim tried to like rob some old man's apartment. He was super poor, and he thought the old man was like gone. He was not. In that whole process, the old man was like killed. So since then, he's gone out of his way to not kill people, to be a superhero type personality, to save people. And since that time, he hasn't gone back to his family because he's so ashamed by the whole experience that he can't see them again. After 7 years of being there and trying to take back the city, Tim is very he's super cynical. He hates like crime, and because of this, he felt the need to to actually like leave. And yeah, that's Tim Drake.
Okay, so let me just ask you this. So why exactly, like, he decided to leave just because he got sick and tired of it, but why did he join the Hunters specifically?
He wants to take down the worst type of people that he can find. He just hates all bad people. And yeah,
They
that's why
like
he
you
joined
back
it.
then. I guess they like you. So, yeah, that's you've answered every question before I could ask it, so good job. So, Asa, it's your turn.
Killing
Who are you, and why are you so important to this party?
My name is Axel Masterson. I am from
Hi, Axel.
Hello. Is this AA? I'm confused. I must be in the wrong place.
Nah, just stay and tell us your life story while you're here. We
All
need
right,
to hear
cool.
something new.
Is there an AA in this world? Never mind.
Depends on the planet you go on. Some of
All right,
them
cool.
encourage drinking, so I can't.
Sweet. I want to go there. Kardar, I'm a psychic. I'm from this primitive planet where we had no technology. And when I was very young, I didn't know I was psychic, and I accidentally offended one of the noblemen of my town, and they were going to rip my tongue out just for like being rude to this one guy. And I accidentally invoked my psychic powers and caused like everyone, all the soldiers and the Duke, and also my father to like have brain hemorrhages. And I never knew what happened after that because I ran away and people started chasing me. I lived by myself in the woods of Kardar for about like I think like 8 years before a guy came down on a big ship from outer space and found me in the woods and realized I was psychic and took me with him to Aldasari, where I was trained to be a psychic police operative. But I did not like the system of authority that was in place in Aldasari because it seemed very corrupt, and I have a very high moral standing, and that's what that's a large part of my character, that I don't believe in like laws just for law's sake. Everything should be fair and like pragmatic. So I will kill people. I don't have a problem with that, but only if they're like bad or if they have a reason to be killed. I met a guy in who used to help me sometimes. He once gave me a knife so I could defend myself and hunt for food in the woods. His name was Oscar. I joined the Rangers, the Hunters, because I wanted to see other worlds, and I'm really interested in learning more about my psychic powers. Just because I don't want to hurt anyone again by accident like that. I maintain control over it. And I saw that Oscar was one of the recruiters, and I thought it would be a good chance to go and try to do some good in the world and help achieve balance among the planets. Justin, what else?
Okay, so I'm just gonna fill people in for all like 5 people watching, and you guys, that Kardar, your home world, is very primitive. It is stuck in the medieval times right now. Somehow they jumped back from having like spaceships and all that wonderful junk to, dude, we got a sword. That's a nice sword. I like that sword. They don't know what guns are. They have no interaction with the outside world, outside system, I guess. And people only go there if they want to hide, or if they're like, I would like to see what those old little crazy people are thinking today. And that's really it. Otherwise, they are not a power at all. They're non-existent in terms of political power throughout the sector or anything. They have nothing to give. So yeah, that's.
Oh yes. And after I quit the Psychic Police Academy, I lived as a rogue in Aldasari for years.
Okay, that's good. So, now that we've introduced everybody, I'm going to ask again, are there any more questions that we need to know before we jump right in? No.
Good.
Okay, that's good. So, we are starting off. I don't know how you guys ended up here, but you are. You have spent many days, several months on the ship together, and you have not gone to mission yet. So, suddenly, all of your names are called and asked to report to the main deck of the ship. So, you guys, I'm assuming, are going there. Is that somebody decide not to go to meet up with everybody else, or?
What are we like in our bed? What happens?
Oh
Like,
no, this
can
is
we
like the
just-
middle of the day, and then you guys just jump out of the. Well, you guys have almost arrived in the next sector, which is. Oh,
I
God.
do have a question now. Do we
Okay,
know
now
each
you
other?
You guys have seen each other. You guys were all recruited at different times, and there's like 50 other people on this ship, so you don't necessarily know everybody. Like you don't know one another. You don't know the detail that you guys all asked each other. But if you for some reason decided to be friends, then that's totally fine. So if you want to like
Cool.
set up like me and like I don't know me and Axel are like drinking buddies or some shit, then like I'll be like okay cool every Thursday just get wasted. Then that's just how it goes. But for the most part,
I
you
wanna get
guys
wasted
know of
every
each
Thursday.
other. Okay, so who wants to
I
get
don't
wasted
think I know
with
any
him?
of them.
No?
I
Okay,
just stick to
so
myself.
you just know that he's the drunk guy. Every Thursday he just goes out basically in the mess hall and he just gets wasted. That's all
I
you
get
know.
smashed. Thirsty Thursday,
Yeah. So
or so they call
yeah,
it.
so you guys are all called on this wonderful August 18th of the year 3200. And what happens is that so I'm assuming you're all there, right? So you
I'm
guys
here.
have like another hour or so before you guys jump out of basically the jump between sectors, and you guys are about to arrive in sector 309. So if you want to open that up, you'll like see all the wonderfulness of the map and
309.
Rita. Or
I'm
Rita.
gonna. I'm trying to find. Oh yeah.
309.
We'll work on the name later. So 309. So you guys. Oh God, where is it? So what you guys do know, at least some of you might know. I'm pretty sure the only one that would know for sure would probably be. Oh God, Jason, what's your character's name? Shit, I'm already failing.
Tim?
Lan.
Lan,
Lan.
right, Lan. Okay, so basically, Lan, only you would know that there is a planet there called. Oh God, I'm gonna mess up his name. Panayiotopolis, which is I'm gonna get better at that name. Don't worry, guys. And it's like it's a Tech 4 world, but there's nothing very notable about it. Like their main thing is they trade resources to other people because they have an overabundance right now. So they're like they send back to your home world a lot. Like they're just a supplier that a lot of people like. So a lot of companies and such they like to invest in that because then they can get their own personal supply. So you guys are all called onto the bridge, and up there you guys see. Well, you guys would know him because at least one of you do. Oscar in his full metal plate knight armor, which is very out of place compared to everybody else on this ship. He turns and waves at all of you with a giant grin on his face. So, I think now is a good time. So, what do each of you look like? Because you guys, none of you, I forgot to ask that question. So, when we look at Tim or Axel or Jaina or Lan, who do we see? What are we looking at?
I will go first.
Okay, yeah.
I essentially look. I'm a very tall man. I think I'm like 6'2". Relatively large, sort of just like Thor. I look like Thor.
Okay, you are Thor, just in.
I'm Chris Hemsworth,
You got the
really.
glowing.
I'm not
You got
fantasy.
everything, man. You got
Oh my god.
this, the hammer, and the cape, and you're set.
Oh man.
Okay, well I don't have that, but I have the body type of Thor.
Do you not? Do you have?
Except
cape? I need to ask.
no cape. I'm not wearing a fucking cape.
Fine, fine.
And
Where you
yeah, and
come
except
from,
I have
okay.
dark hair and blue eyes, and then that's it.
Okay. Okay, so who's next?
Sure, I'll go.
Okay, Tim.
I am half Asian.
Half Asian. Wow.
I am like 5'10", and just kind of short hair, but not that short. Just kind of like, hairish stuff.
Look, I'm not a barber, man. I'm not short hair. Okay, that's the usual order. I need like, is it like your current hairstyle
No,
right now,
like,
or what?
like it's like about here, I would say.
Okay,
down
so
here.
okay, that's
Yeah.
look, I need to know in case he has
and
like a
I'm
mullet or
kind
something, like he
of-
grows to it.
I'm like, I. He's kind of thin, but he's not like weak, if that makes sense.
So he's got a very lean body, is what
Yeah.
you're trying to tell me.
Like a swimmer's body?
Sure. Yeah. Swimmers, why not?
No swimming where you come from, but okay.
Them lats.
Yeah, there you go.
Okay, so
Like,
Jaina,
yeah, still.
what does Jaina look like?
So,
She's younger than
I
almost
am,
everybody
like-
else on the ship. You're like
Yeah,
17.
we'll deal with
You're
it.
a lot younger. Most of the people on the ship are like
I am-
mid-20s.
wow. Okay.
Yeah,
I am
20s.
the Japanese version of Baby Northwest. So, like, be cute,
What is
be strange.
that?
What is that?
I have no idea what that is.
Okay,
Okay,
I
how
feel
about,
like we
okay,
did light a pizza, so I'm just gonna pop it in
racially
the chat.
ambiguous,
It's-
because,
Yeah, please.
okay, continuing. Racially ambiguous because I don't know my parents, but we know,
Okay.
I don't know, like, this whole Japanese thing. Also, on top
like-
of that, like, Baby Northwest, I have resting bitch face.
Oh,
So,
Okay, that's wonderful. So what color hair do you have? Like, what's your skin tone and all that junk? So we have because we don't
Like,
know your
freaking-
race, but it's
okay, well, yeah, it's because it's got this olive skin going on because we don't know what race it is. But
Okay,
very
yeah,
dark
that
hair,
works.
almost like a lion's mane, like Sherry's
okay.
hair.
Okay.
Like, if you know Sherry, so.
Okay, that seems fair. And then, what does Lan look like? Does he look like he was just operating on a person, or what? He's covered in blood.
Ace, I saw that.
what did I do?
I don't know.
We don't discuss. Damn it.
Lan.
I just make
Lan
faces for me.
Lan is short, skinny, and frail. He's around 5'8", probably about 140 pounds. He has pretty much never done any serious exercise in his life. And so he has shaggy dark hair because he doesn't really care to groom himself either. He's not homely per se, but he's definitely not the kind of person that you would ever look twice at. And he has a very empty expression on his face most of the time. Not disinterested or not haughty, just fairly empty. Because again, he's going with the flow. He's the kind of person who could disappear into the corner of a room and not be noticed by anybody.
Sounds wonderful. Okay. So
Yeah,
are all of you
I have
wearing
one other thing
armor? or
about
you
mine,
guys-
actually.
Oh, okay. So,
Sorry, I have one other thing about mine. Yes, it has to do with what I'm wearing. I have like sort of a punk vibe with my clothes, essentially. I think I have like
Okay.
a skull T-shirt and maybe like a leather vest of some sort with like metal studs on it or something that looks scary. And
Okay.
my facial expression is normally just like this very sort of hard staring.
Okay. Yeah, that seems fair. So
Dude, everyone in this group
so,
just has such mean faces.
you guys are just like all mean. Oh my god. Okay. So there's not. Before Oscar says anything, he like opens his mouth to say something, and then suddenly you just see like you just hear basically gunshots like coming from like a comm pad like from behind him, and you like if you look behind Oscar, you see like a very well pilot, at least in the Hunters. His name is Rocco. That's all he tells people. That's his name, and he's always playing a game. If he's not flying, he's just playing a game. So right now it sounds like he's playing like Call of Duty like shit or something. He says he likes to emulate it on his compad, so he says it brings like a very nice 2000 kind of gameplay to him.
What?
It's year 3200, man. He can emulate whatever game he wants.
Sure.
Okay, so then he like looks up. He's like, oh. He like looks at all of you. He's like, oh shit, we got the weird group. And then he just walks away. And then Oscar like turns back. He's like, do not worry about what he says, friends. We're gathered here to be sent on a mission. And he like pats all of you on the back, and he's like, he like has his hand on his sword. And he looks like he's ready to give a speech.
I give Oscar a big manly hug when he goes to shake my hand.
Okay, he hugs back. He's so nice. So, he doesn't tell you that. He just tells you that, and then he just starts walking off. So something you should all write down in your character sheet is that you all have a compad, because suddenly you all get a message from someone, and you suddenly just get a message from the leader of the organization, Aylin Alma, and it's basically a mission debriefing on what's going to happen. So I'm just going to read you the details. So you guys are to go to land on the planet and hunt down a Carver Jeffrey Hope Jr. Wanted for terrorism, as he has blown up 17 churches throughout the sector, and the bounty is put up by the church. Mission reward is dead or alive. Dead 5,000, alive 10,000 credits. And if alive, we'll escort back to Medha, the main planet for the church. Obviously, if you kill him, you need proof. That's just like little like brackets.
Tim says, don't kill this guy. Under no circumstances should we kill this man.
Do we have
Just
to
a
stay
reminder
who we
for all
are
of
every
you.
time?
17 churches. 17 churches.
Wait, what did he do? I couldn't hear it. I got some.
He blew up 17 different churches in like different planets.
What?
And
Okay.
so
Do we know what denomination these churches were?
Sadly, as time has gone on, basically Christianity has all somehow formed a unifying like idea. Just in
That's
like because
fantastic.
what happened? Yeah, no, it's a wonderful thing.
Or
like
horrible.
what happened? That too, but what happened is the Scream. They lost all records of the old texts, so as a result, they couldn't be like, this is what this person said, this is what this person said. So they're just like, you know what? We're all Christians now. We're just gonna have to go through it together because we can no longer go back to Earth. So sort of like in the crisis of everything is going wrong, they just decided to like form together. So
Like the Jewish people
like
during their years of exile. I just took an Old Testament class.
Good job. That class was worth it. So, also, what else has happened is that, so a very big important thing would be that the Scream, as all of you know, is that you guys have just recently started back to going into space, like jumping from planet to planet. So you guys are using older technology to pull this off, and that comes in the form of ship drives, because all the jump gates died. So the jump gates were able to get you further and more efficiently, but no, those are offline, and there's no way to get those back online unless you go somehow find Earth, which is basically, it can be considered the treasure island because nobody has been able to find it ever in like the past 600 years. And maybe you guys will.
Battlestar
Who knows?
Galactica.
So
Honestly, I was just about
Battlestar.
to say that. Stop it.
Bears. Beats.
okay,
Battlestar
so yeah, so that's your mission briefing. You guys are to leave as soon as you guys arrive, and you have the hour to be prepared for the trip.